Hello, everyone, and welcome to our project. We are Team 3, and today we are going to give a demonstration around of our project, which is about the intelligent parking experience for visitors and commuters in the city of Melbourne. My name is Saad Sheikh, and I am accompanied by my colleagues.
My name is Joanne.
And I'm Tom. And I'm
All right. So, what problem we are here to solve? So, we all know the population in the city of Melbourne has been growing exponentially. There is almost 1 million commuters and visitors and tourists alike that come to the city every day. It creates lot of challenges. So, the first one is around the infrastructure planning. So, how many parking slots are required and what will be their capacities? Then, obviously, end user experience around the social aspect. For example, these commuters, how easily they can find the right parking slots. And lastly, it creates an impact for the councils and the overall society, how to give the right and the best experience to the people and to build a more sustainable and smart city. And how we have actually approached this problem. So we have looked at in a three-prong approach. The first one is as the user use our application, so they get a overall panoramic view or around the parking facilities, and then they can drill it down to the suburb and the parking bay level to find the right parking. Then a enhanced experience so that the user can select its location, source, and destination to find the optimized and recommended parking for it. And lastly, as it disembarks, giving a overall view of the adjacent facilities that includes the pedestrian movements around the area, the cafe and restaurants, and hospitals, which is obviously an important piece to know ahead. And now I will hand over to my colleague Juan, who will be giving a demonstration of the application. Thank you.
All right. I will be giving a demonstration of the Melbourne overview of parking. So when a user logs into our app, this is the landing page of the interface. So on the left-hand side, it shows the different suburbs in Melbourne along with the associated parking spaces with that suburb. So let's say me and my family want to go to CBD. So I will click on the CBD suburb right here. And the correlating parking spaces will be shown on the right-hand side. So if I find a parking space I like, let's say it's this one, I can tell if it's off-street or on-street, and then I can also see how many parking spaces are available in that one spot. I will now hand it over to Tom to talk about a demo as to where to find parking.
right. Hello, everyone. Now I will be showing to you a demonstration of the Parking Finder app that can be utilized. So in our first version of the application, if you're a local citizen commuting with car, we can help you find parking spots near to your intended location. So over here, we have a place where you can type in your origin, your starting location, and your destination. You can also use this drop down to filter out if you want on-street parking, off-street parking, or both. And you would also be able to see additional parking spots nearby, and you would start the journey with this button. The map would show you the destination and the nearby parking spot. The nearby parking spot would be highlighted in orange. It would show the name of the address of the parking, the type of parking, the number of parking spaces that it has, the distance to the destination. By default, we are also showing users other nearby parking spots which have the same detail. Overall, this map also includes a route map that the user could take from their destination, from the origin to the destination. Let's say they're traveling from this Faulkner Park, they could follow this route, supported by Google API, to the destination. At the end, I am at the end of my demonstration, this initial version, and I would like to return it to Joe for the insights for parking.
All right. I will be talking about points of interest whenever a user parks their car using Tom's demo. So once a user parks, they have the option to search different items like the different cafes near them, which also includes their capacity at the cafes, different restaurants with different cuisines that you can filter on the side. Additionally, you can see the different hospitals that are around, as well as e-bike rentals if you would like to ride in the city. Another thing that a user can see is just the pedestrian movement around them to kind of gauge safety as well when they park. I will now be going over the key findings that we have had while creating this interface. So we've had a couple of key findings throughout the project while building our product, but these are just the high level ones that we've discovered. So we found that CBD, South Bank, and the Docklands have the most parking availability, in contrast to Kensington, University, and Richmond, which have the least parking availability. So the council can take this information into account and maybe look forward to building more parking spaces around the areas that don't have a lot, so that commuters can find parking a bit more easier in these suburbs. Additionally, we found that 88% of available parking in Melbourne is considered off-street versus 22%, which are considered on-street parking. So this will make it a bit difficult for citizens that want to go to busy streets like Sydney Road that have shops on the road and on-street parking only. So maybe the council can take into consideration building more on-street parking so that citizens can easily commute in and out of these areas. Additionally, we found that the times to park were busiest from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., while the less busy times are around 1 a.m. to 4 a.m. This can help commuters understand when is the optimal time to come to the city to park versus when it isn't. All right, I will be passing it to Saad, who will be talking about the conclusions.
Hello everyone. So how we can use this application and actually it can add some value to the other teams and organizations. So what we have originally thought of is an application for the end users. But naturally, it has a lot of appeals to be used by the other councils and departments within City of Melbourne. So the first one is the transport department, where they can use these applications to build a more ample and a more playable parking experience, which is to build a cities with the convenient parking spaces. Then naturally, if you can correlate the data with the other infrastructure, then you can use it for the smart infrastructure planning. For example, the parking near to the roads, near to the facilities. It can also be used for a better city planning, which means that we can map it with the different environment indicators, the pollution, the population, to enhance the quality of life. And finally, it will help the health professionals who can improve the healthcare services by giving a better experience to the commuters by linking the environment and the experiences. We hope this work can be useful to build a sustainable Melbourne Vision 2050. Thank you very much for joining our session. Hope you have liked it. Thank you. Bye bye.
Wow, good job.
So this is the last